I want to read tonight from the Gospel of John, chapter 1. And we're going to read from verse 1 through to verse 13. John, the Gospel of John, chapter 1. Verses 1 through to verse 13.
Pakutanga shoko rakanga riripo, uye shoko rakanga riri kuna Mwari, uye shoko rakanga riri Mwari. Iye aiva kuna Mwari kubva pakutanga. Zvinhu zvose zvakaitwa kubudikidza naye. Kunze kwake hakuna kana chinhu chakaitwa pane izvo zvakaitwa. Maari maiva neupenyu, uye upenyu ihwohwo hwaiva chiedza chavanhu, chiedza chinovhenekera murima, asi rima harina kuchikunda. Pakanga pano mumwe akatumwa achibva kuna Mwari, zita rake rainzi Johani. Akauya sechapupu kuzopupurira chiedza chiya kuitira kuti vanhu vatendeuke kubudikidza naye. Akanga asiri iye chiedza pachake, akauya chete ari sechapupu kuchiedza. Chiedza chechokwadi chinovhenekera vanhu vose chainge chichizouya munyika. Akanga ari munyika, uye kunyange nyika yakaitwa kubudikidza naye, nyika haina kumuziva. Akauya kuna avo vakanga vari vake, asi vokwake havana kumugamuchira. Asi kuna vose vakamugamuchira, kuna avo vakatenda muzita rake, akavapa simba rokuti vave vana vaMwari, vana vasina kuberekwa neropa kana nokufunga kwomunhu kana nokuda kwomurume, asi vakaberekwa naMwari.
When we talk about the gospel,
kana tichitaura nezvevhangeri,
we're talking about the message that tells us about Jesus Christ.
The
whole gospel
vhangeri
is about Jesus. And here today, we're reading words that describe who Jesus Christ is. I'm sure that many of you, if not most of you here today, believe in Jesus Christ. But do you know who you're believing in? It says here that in the very beginning, he was with God. When we read the stories in the gospel, we read stories there about Jesus. As we read those pages, we see what he did, we see what he said. Do you know who we're reading about? You see, he came and he appeared in the flesh. He came as a man, and the people of that time, when they listened to him, they were listening to a man. They sat there and they looked at him. He was a man. They saw him doing miracles. They saw him take his hands of flesh, just like we've got, and put those hands of flesh on people's bodies. And they saw the blind seeing, and the deaf hearing, paralyzed people walking, lepers cleansed. You see, Jesus was just a man. He was just like us. When that woman who had an issue of blood came through the crowd and touched his clothes, she was touching the clothes being worn by a man. And yet something happened. Power came out of his clothes, out of him, and healed her instantly. This Jesus that we preach and that we believe in, people looked upon him and they said, he's just a carpenter. We know his father and his mother and his brothers and his sisters. You see, he appeared in the flesh, just like you and I. Born as a little baby, had to grow up, learn to walk. He had to go to school. He had to eat. He had to sleep. Everything that we go through, he went through. He knew what it was like to suffer pain. I'm sure there were times when he was a little boy and he fell down and grazed his knee. And yet, there was something about Jesus that set him apart from everyone else. And this is what we read about here in this passage. It says, he was with God in the beginning. And through him, God made everything. Do you know that when Mary held Jesus as a little baby in her hands, she was holding the one through whom God created everything? Is this hard to understand? The one who created heaven, earth, animals, fish, trees, mountains, rivers, people. She was holding him, breastfeeding him, teaching him. Yet he was with God in the beginning. Right there, before God created anything, before there was a sun in the sky, or stars, or moon, Jesus, the Son of God, was with God. And then he carries on and he says, he was God. He was God. Right there in the beginning. You see, we as people, we have in our minds created many ideas about God. And so when we read scriptures and we read verses like this, many people have difficulty. They say, how can God be more than one? How can Jesus be with God and yet be God? But this is what the Bible tells us. He was with God in the beginning, and he was God. His very nature is the nature of God. He was eternal, just like God. There is no beginning to Jesus Christ. He was with God in the beginning. Are you with me today? You see, we need to know about who we believe in. We need to know about who we are following. We need to know about who we trust in and who we are preaching and telling people about. He was with God in the beginning. Through him, all things were made. Listen to this. Without him,
pasina iye
nothing was made that has been made.
hakuna kana chinhu chakaitwa pane izvo zvakaitwa.
Not one thing
hapana kana chimwe chete
was made without Jesus.
chakasikwa pasina Jesu.
How many of you know angels were created by God? Do
vangana vanoziva kuti ngirozi dzakasikwa naMwari?
you know that?
Munoziva here izvozvo?
Do you know that there's not an angel that exists without Jesus?
Munoziva here kuti hakuna ngirozi inorarama pasina Jesu?
Do you know that Michael was created by God?
Munoziva here kuti Mikaeri akasikwa naMwari?
Gabriel were created by God.
Gabrieri akasikwa naMwari?
But you know,
asi munoziva here
Michael
kuti Mikaeri
does not exist.
haakwanisi kurarama.
Gabriel does not exist
Gabrieri haakwanisi kurarama
apart from Jesus.
pasina Jesu.
He created them.
Ndiye akawasika.
God, through Jesus, it says, made everything.
Mwari kuburikidza naJesu zvinonzi akasika zvinhu zvose.
How many of you know Satan is created?
Vangana vanoziva kuti Satani akasikwa?
Do you know that Satan was created?
Munoziva kuti Satani akasikwa?
Do you know who created Satan?
Munoziva kuti ndiani akasika Satani?
Yeah. Jesus. Satan does not exist apart from Jesus Christ.
Satani haakwanisi kuvapo pasina Jesu Kristu.
Now that may sound funny to our minds.
Saka izvi zvinogona kutikanganisa pakufunga kwedu.
But God created Satan.
Asi Mwari wakasika Satani.
And he created Satan through Jesus Christ.
Uye akasika Satani kuburikidza naJesu Kristu.
Satan has a creator.
Satani ane musiki wake.
The one who created him is the one we trust in.
Iye akasika Satani ndiye watinovimba naye.
The one who created him is the one that we believe in.
Akasika Satani ndiye watinotenda maari.
The one who created him is our Savior.
Akasika Satani ndiye muponesi wedu.
Where do you think demons come from?
Ndofunga kuti madhimoni anobva kupi?
Do you think demons just exist by themselves?
Munofunga kuti madhimoni akangowapowo ega?
Do you think demons are like God? Do you think they've always been?
Munofunga kuti madhimoni akafanana naMwari angangoripo nguva dzese?
You see, demons were created by God.
Nona madhimoni akasikwa naMwari
Through Jesus Christ.
kuburikidza naJesu Kristu.
They do not exist apart from him.
Haakwanisi kuvapo iye Jesu asipo.
Is your thinking being turned upside down?
Pfungwa dzako dzakukanganisika here?
Do you want to know why? When Jesus crossed over the lake
Ndoziva kuti sei Jesu paakayambuka gungwa
and he came across that madman, the madman from Gadara.
akasangana nemurume uya aipenga akanga ari kunyika yevaGerasa.
You remember the story?
Munorangarira nyaya yacho?
And he was possessed by thousands of demons.
Akagarwa nezviuru zvemadhimoni.
Do you know why those demons bowed their knees
Ndoziva kuti sei murume madhimoni akapfugama
to Jesus
pamberi paJesu
and said, "We know who you are.
akabva ataura kuti tinoziva kuti muri
You
ani,
are the Son of God."
ndimi mwanakomana waMwari.
Why were they terrified?
Sei madhimoni aya akatya?
Why did they ask him permission?
Sei akamukumbira kuti avape mvumo?
You think the demons, that when they were in the presence of Jesus,
Ndofunga kuti madhimoni ari pamberi paJesu
they said to him,
akati kwaari,
"Permit us to go into the pigs."
tibvumireiwo kuenda munguruve.
They were asking his permission.
Aitokumbira kupiwa mvumo naye.
You see, those demons knew
Nona madhimoni aiziva
that they were created
kuti iwo
by the
akasikwa
one who was standing in front of them.
nemunhu akanga akamira pamberi pavo.
They knew who he was.
Aitoziva kuti ndiani.
They said, "We know who you are."
Akati tinoziva kuti muri ani.
Do you know that there's not a single human being
Munoziva kuti hakuna kana munhu mumwe chete
on the face of this earth
pamusoro penyika ino
or who has ever lived
kana kuti akamborarama
that was not created by Jesus Christ?
asina kusikwa naJesu Kristu.
God, through Jesus, created you.
Mwari kuburikidza naJesu akasika iwe.
You don't exist without Jesus.
Iwe haurarami pasina Jesu.
Even the people out there who say they don't believe in Jesus
Kunyange vari kunze kwanoti hatitendi muna
and they
Jesu,
don't want Jesus,
vasingadi Jesu,
they don't exist without him.
havagoni kurarama pasina iye.
No human being can live without Jesus
Hakuna
Christ.
munhu anogona kurarama pasina Jesu Kristu.
He created us all.
Akatisika tose.
I don't know whether we understand this tonight.
Handizvo tozvinzwisisa here zvimaniro ano.
This is who Jesus is.
Uyu ndiye Jesu uyu sezvaari.
We're not just talking about a prophet.
Hasi kutaura pamusoro pemuprofitawo.
We're talking about the Son of God,
Tikutaura nezvemwanakomana waMwari.
the one who was with God in the beginning.
Iye akanga aina Mwari pakutangisisa.
My. When Jesus hung on that cross,
Jesu paakarembera pamuchinjikwa,
the creator of the entire human race, and in fact the creator of all creation, was hanging there.
musiki wevanhu vose, musiki wezvinhu zvose akanga akarembera pamuchinjikwa.
If you take Jesus Christ out or away,
Ukatora Jesu Kristu wamubvisa panzvimbo,
there would be nothing.
panosara pasina chinhu.
Because what does it say here?
Ndio tinoti kudii pano?
Nothing was made apart from him.
Hakuna chinhu chakaisikwa pasina iye.
Nothing that has been made,
Hakuna pane zvinhu
created,
zvakasikwa
was created apart from him.
chakasikwa pasina iye.
That the fingerprints of Jesus
Minwe yaJesu Kristu, midhindo
are
yayo
on everything you see.
iri pazvinhu zvose zvatinoona.
His fingerprints
Midhindo yezvigunwe
are
zvake
everywhere.
iri pese pese.
This is who Jesus is,
Uyu ndiye Jesu watiri
Son
kuti
of God.
mwanakomana waMwari.
And yet we read here
Asi pano tinoverenga pano
that this one who created everything
kuti iye uyu akasika zvinhu zvose
came into this world.
akauya munyika ino.
The creator
Musiki
entered into his creation.
akapinda muzvisikwa zvake,
He became a part of his creation.
akava chikamu chezvisikwa
He
zvake,
became one with his creation.
akava chimwe chete nezvisikwa zvake.
Can you understand this?
Mungazvinzwisisa here izvi?
The creator becoming one with what he created.
Musiki kuva chimwe chete nechaakasika.
You see, when we talk about God,
Nona kana tichitaura nezvaMwari,
we're not talking about a God
asi kutaura nezvaMwari
who exists somewhere far away,
anogara kumwe kure kure,
outside of creation,
kunze kwezvisikwa,
has nothing to do with creation.
asina chakuita nezvisikwa.
We're talking about God who became one of his creation,
Tikutaura pamusoro paMwari akava mumwe wezvisikwa zvake,
right into the middle of his creation.
pakatikati pezvisikwa zvake.
It says he came as the light of the world.
Zvinonzi akauya sechiedza chenyika.
Do you know Jesus came
Unoziva here kuti Jesu akauya
to give us light?
kuzotipa chiedza.
Do you know that the whole of humanity was in darkness?
Munoziva here kuti rudzi rwevanhu vose rwaiva murima.
Do you know that even today the earth, the world is covered with darkness?
Munoziva here kuti kunyange nhasi nyika yose yakafukidzwa nerima.
When the Bible talks about light
Kana Bhaibheri ritaura nezvechiedza
and darkness,
nerima,
what is it talking about?
riri kutaura nezvei?
Let's think about light.
Ngatifungei nezvechiedza.
What does light represent?
Chiedza chinomirirei?
It represents truth,
Chinomirira chokwadi,
isn't it?
handizvo here?
Light represents truth.
Chiedza chinomiririra chokwadi.
Light represents life.
Chiedza chinomiririra upenyu.
Can there be life where there is no light?
Pangava neupenyu here pasina chiedza?
What would happen if the sun stopped shining and never shone again? Do you think life would continue?
Chii chingaitika kana zuva rikaregedza kuvhenekera zvakare? Upenyu hunopfuura mberi here?
Do you know in places where there's absolute darkness,
Munoziva here kuti munzvimbo ine rima
there cannot be life?
hamukwanisi kuva nechiedza neupenyu.
You see, light
Munoziva chiedza
is what enables life.
ndo chinogonesa upenyu.
So what have we said so far? Light is truth.
Saka tataura kuti kudii? Chiedza ichokwadi,
Isn't that right?
handizvo here?
When we talk about people coming into the light, we're saying they've come into the truth, they've come into understanding. Because light represents understanding, knowledge of the truth. Do you know light also represents good? How many of you believe light is good? All right, so these are the things that light represents. What does darkness represent? Darkness represents death, lies, ignorance, and evil. And do you know the Bible says that darkness is covering the earth? People are living, believing lies, telling lies. People are living in evil, doing evil, things that are in darkness. Why is it that thieves normally come to steal when it's dark? They don't do it in the light. They wait for the darkness. When the darkness comes, they begin to stalk and prowl. You see, darkness is synonymous with evil. This is the world we live in. A world that has gone astray. A world that does not know the truth. That has rejected the truth. A world that loves the lies. A world that is full of evil. A world that is without hope. Because darkness also refers to hopelessness, doesn't it? Light refers to hope. Where there's light, there's hope. But where there's darkness, there's no hope. This is the world that we live in. We live in a world that is broken. We live in a nation that's broken. We live amongst people that are broken. We live in a place, things are not going well. How many of you believe things are going well in the world? I look around, I see graveyards growing. I see hospitals full. I see misery and pain. And it doesn't matter where you go. You go to any nation, any place in the face of this earth, you find the same thing. Even in the nations that have got lots of money, if you go there, you find divorce. You find all kinds of wickedness. You find death. You find misery. People committing suicide. You find tragedy, destruction, sickness, disease, people that have no peace, people whose minds are tormented. It doesn't make any difference whether they have money or not. They still suffer the same things. They still die at the same age. They still get put in the same soil. The graveyards are growing there as well. You see, this is the world that we live in. Things are not going well. God sent his son Jesus into this world to be the light of the world. Do you know that if you take Jesus out, there's only darkness? If you do not have Jesus in your life, do you know that you only have darkness? If you do not have Jesus in your life, do you know that there is no hope? for you. Do you know that only in Jesus Christ can people find the truth? People can go to universities and they can study until they are old and yet never know the truth. Some of the most educated people in the world live in the deepest darkness. You see, only Jesus is the answer. He's the answer for every single human being. There's no hope without Jesus Christ. There is no future without Him. There is no truth without Him. Our minds remain in darkness without Him. You see, Jesus is the light. He's the light of life. He's the light that came into the world to give light to the whole world. And when we look at Jesus, we find the truth. We see the truth. When we look at Him, we see our hope. There's no hope in anything else. People can put hope in governments. People can put hope in friends. People can put hope in money. They can put hope in education. But at the end of it all, it is going to amount to nothing. The only hope is in Jesus Christ. He's the only one who can save from death. He's the only one who can give us life. True life. He's the only one that can open up our hearts and give us something that is more valuable than anything else. You see, right here in this passage we read, it says Jesus is the one who gives the power for people to become children of God. You see, apart from Jesus, people can never have that privilege. They can never have that benefit. They can never have that goodness. They can never become children of God. You see, not only does Jesus bring light into our lives, but Jesus alone has the power to give us a relationship with God. To give us a relationship with God that is beyond description. Where we become children of God. Born of God. Part of His family. Only Jesus can give people that. Only Jesus can give people that. And it says right here that the way into that, who does He give it to? Everyone who receives Him and believes in His name. You see, the light has come into the world. The Creator has come into the world. The reason why, the one for whom everything was created, has come into the world. But there's a very sad verse here. It says this. Verse 10. It says He was in the world. And though the world was made through Him, the world did not recognize Him. Do you know that that's true of people even here in Nembudzia? People that were made through Him, but they don't recognize Him. People to whom He has given life,
vanhu vakatopa upenyu
but they don't recognize him.
asi havamuzivi.
And the next verse is just as sad.
Mavhesi anotevera anosuvisa zvakare.
He came to that which was his own,
Akauya kuna avo vakanga vari vake,
but his own did not receive him.
asi vokwake havana kumugamuchira.
Do you know that the whole world belongs to Jesus?
Munoziva kuti nyika yose ndeyaJesu.
Every inch of ground
Pose pane chinhambwe chipi panyika
belongs to him.
ndepake.
This ground that this church is on
Ino nzvimbo yakavakirwa kereke inoi
belongs to him.
ndeyake.
Everything that's been made
Zvinhu zvose zvakasikwa
belongs to him.
ndezvake.
Every human being,
Munhu wese,
whether they believe in him or not,
kunyangwa achitenda maari kana kuti kwete,
they belong to him.
ndevake.
All the cattle
Mombe dzose
actually belong to Jesus.
ndedzaJesu pachake.
He's the one that gives them life.
Ndiye anodzipa upenyu.
How many of you are giving life to your cattle?
Vangana vari kupa upenyu kumombe dzavo.
How many of you created that little calf?
Vangano venyu vakasika mhuri idzodzo.
It all belongs to him.
Dzose ndezvake.
Those goats,
Mbudzi idzodzo,
those chickens,
huku idzodzo,
every single thing,
zvinhu zvese
you included.
kubatanidzira newe.
You belong to him.
Muri wake.
And that means if you belong to him, everything you own belongs to him.
Saka kana uri wake, kunyange nezvese zvaunazvo ndezvake.
Your house belongs to him.
Imba yako ndeyake.
If you've got a car, it belongs to him.
Kana une mota ndeyake.
Your clothes belong to him.
Mbatya dzako ndedzake.
Because you belong to him.
Nekuti iwe uri wake.
Because he created you.
Nekuti akakusika.
And that's true whether someone believes in him or not.
Ichocho chokwadi kunyange munhu akatenda maari kana kuti kwete.
It doesn't change that fact.
Hazvishandure chokwadi ichocho.
He says here,
Anoti pano.
he came to those that were his own,
Akauya kuna avo vakanga vari vake.
but his own did not receive him.
Asi vokwake havana kumugamuchira.
What a terrible situation.
Chinhu chakaipisisa ichi.
That he would come to those who belong to him, and those that belong to him would say, we don't want you.
Kuti akauya kune vekwake vakati hatikudei.
That he would come to those that he created,
Kuti akauya kuna vanhu vaakasika,
that he gives life to,
vaanopa upenyu,
that he gives breath to,
vaanopa kufema,
that he gives food to.
vaanopa chikafu,
In fact, everything.
anopa zvose.
And yet they would say, we don't want you.
Asi vakati hatikudei.
Think about this.
Funga pamusoro pezvi.
You live on this earth only because God allows you to.
Unogara pano panyika nengoti chete Mwari anokutendera.
What would happen if he said, I don't want you to be on the earth anymore?
Chii chingaitike kana Mwari akati handichada kuti uve panyika pano.
Do you know that God has the power to take our life away
Munoziva kuti Mwari ane simba rekubvisa upenyu hwedu
at any moment?
nguva ipi zvai.
We are totally dependent on him.
Isu tinotorarama nekuda kwake.
Every human being
Munhu wese
depends on him.
aripo nekuda kwake.
What would happen if God shut the sky up and said, no more rain?
Chii chingaitika kana Mwari vakavhara denga kuti hakuchanaya.
How long would we last?
Tinorarama nguva yakareba sei.
What would happen if he said, no more rain on Zimbabwe ever again?
Chii chingaitika kana Mwari vakati hakuchanaya muZimbabwe zvachose zvakare.
You would go out to plant your crops.
Munoenda kunodyara zvirimwa zvenyu,
There would be nothing.
hapana chinhu chinobuda.
The dams would dry, the rivers would dry,
Madhamu anopera mvura, nzizi dzinopera mvura,
the boreholes would dry.
zvibhorani zvinooma,
We would die.
tinofa,
The cattle would die,
mombe dzinofa,
the goats would die,
mbudzi
the
dzinofa,
trees would die.
miti inofa.
You see, God is the one who's giving life to everything.
Noona Mwari ndiwo ari kupa upenyu kuzvinhu zvose.
Our lives are in his hands. He can remove breath from us at any time.
vanogona kubvisa kufema matiri panguva ipi zvayo.
And yet, people reject him.
Asi zvakadaro vanhu vanovaramba.
People say, we don't want him.
Vanhu vanoti hatiwadi.
Yet he's the one giving us everything. Some people say, well, what good has God done for me?
Vamwe vanoti Mwari ndechipi chakanaka chawakandiitira.
I remember one person saying, I don't know any good that God has done for me.
Ndorangarira mumwe munhu achitaura kuti hakuna chinhu kana chimwe chete chandakaita naMwari chakanaka.
Do you have food in your stomach?
Une chikafu mudumbu mako here?
That came from God.
Icho chabva kuna Mwari.
Do you have some clothes on your body?
Wakapfeka mbatya pamiri wako here?
That came from him.
Dzakabva kwaari.
Do you have water to drink?
Mune mvura yekunwa here?
That comes from him too.
Inobva kwaari zvakare.
Do you have health?
Une utano here?
That comes from him too.
Unobva kwaari zvakare.
Do you have joy?
Une mufaro here?
That comes from him too.
Unobva kwaari zvakare.
Is there peace?
Mune rugare here?
That comes from him too.
Runobva kwaari zvakare.
You see, through Jesus, God has given us everything we have.
Noda kuburikidza naJesu Mwari vakatipa zvinhu zvose zvatiinazvo.
How terrible it is
Zvakaipa zvakadini
that people reject him.
kuti vanhu vanomuramba.
The people that are eating his food
Vanhu vari kudya chikafu chake
say, we don't want him.
vanoti hatimudi.
The people that are drinking his water
Vanhu vari kunwa mvura yake
say, we don't want him.
vanoti hatimudi.
The people that are wearing his clothes,
Vanhu vari kupfeka mbatya dzake
we don't want him.
vari kuti hatimudi.
Breathing his air,
Vari kufema mweya wake
we don't want him.
hatimudi.
Walking on his earth,
Vari kufamba panyika yake
we don't want him.
hatimudi.
Building their houses using his earth,
Vachisenzesa ivhu rake kuvaka dzimba dzavo
we don't want him.
hatimudi.
Do you see how evil and wicked people are?
Muri kuona here kuti vanhu vakaipa zvakadini?
Isn't this terrible?
Hachisi chinhu chakaipisisa here ichi.
That's why I said two very sad verses.
Ndosaka ndati mavhesi maviri anosuvisa.
His own did not receive him.
Vokwake havana kumugamuchira.
Those that were made by him did not recognize him.
Vakasikwa naye havana kumuziva.
Couldn't see who he was.
Havana kumuona kuti ndiani.
Can you see Jesus Christ?
Muri kuona here Jesu Kristu?
Are you able to see him in the pages of the Bible?
Unokwanisa kumuona here mapeji eBhaibheri?
Do you read a Bible?
Unoverenga here Bhaibheri?
Have you seen him?
Wakamuona
Do
here?
you really know him today?
Unonyatsomuziva here nhasi?
Have you really received him?
Wakanyatsomugamuchira here?
Do you really believe in his name?
Unonyatsotenda here muzita rake?
Have you put your faith in him?
Kana ukasatenda kwako maari
100%.
zvakazara.
Are you really following Jesus Christ?
Uri kunyatsomutevera here Jesu Kristu?
Or is Jesus just a side issue to your life?
Kana kuti Jesu yanguva nyaya yepadivi muupenyu hwako?
Is he just someone that you think about and talk about when you come to church?
Munhu waunongofunga nekutaura nezvake here paunouya kuchechi bedzi?
But the rest of the time, he doesn't really enter into your minds or your thoughts.
Asi imwe nguva yose hatombopinda mupfungwa dzako kana mundangariro dzako.
You see, to those who received him
Nona kune avo vakamugamuchira
and believed in his name,
vakatenda muzita rake,
he gave the power
akavapa simba
to become children of God.
kuti vave vana vaMwari.
How many of you want to be children of God?
Vanganonyanda kuva vana vaMwari.
Do you know what that means to be a child of God?
Unoziva kuti zvinorevei kuva mwana waMwari?
It means to have a relationship with him.
Zvinoreva kuva neukama naye.
Relationship
Ukama
with God.
naMwari.
How can you be a child of God without having a relationship with God?
Ungagova sei mwana waMwari usina ukama naye?
You see, when it says that Jesus gave power to those people who believed in his name to become children of God, it's saying he was giving them power to have a relationship with God. A real relationship with God. We talk about children of God. Do you know being a child of God gives us great status? Do you know who God is? How many of you, what would you think if your father was the president? Would that not mean something to you? That your father was the president? Would it not mean something to you? Would it not mean something to you if your father was the wealthiest man in Africa? Do you think that would mean nothing to you? How much greater is God than any president, than any wealthy man, any famous man? How much greater is God? Do we know how great he is? Do we know how powerful he is? Do we know how rich he is? He's the owner of everything. Bible says all the silver and the gold is his. Everything. The earth and the fullness of it belongs to him. Do you think being a child of God doesn't mean something? Do you know that the angels are God's servants? And do you know that the angels are given charge over God's children? Those powerful angels, God has them serving his people, his children. Yet we talk about being children of God, and sometimes it doesn't really register in our hearts what that means. It says Jesus gives people the power to become children of God. Do you know what that means? Do we really grasp and understand what that means? When we can say with truth, God is our Father. We have relationship with him. We have status in the universe. I'm not talking about status just amongst people in Nembudzia, but in the entire universe, even in heaven. Our names are written there. God says, that person's my child. That person's my child. You see, sometimes we don't understand what this gospel is really about. Sometimes our minds and our hearts are so dull that we say things but we don't really understand what we're even saying. To those who received him and believed in his name, he gives them the power to become children of God. Children born of God. Born of God. You know what that also means? It means nature. If you look at your children, how many of you have children? If you look at your children, you'll see something of you in them. Isn't that right? Because they inherit your nature. Becoming children of God, what does it mean? The nature of God becomes ours. His nature enters into our hearts. His nature becomes our nature. You see, who gives the power for people to be changed? Becoming a child of God means a big change. Are you getting this tonight? When someone becomes a child of God, the change in their life goes beyond description. Have you received Jesus? Have you really opened your heart to Him? Do you believe in His name? Are you one of His? Because you see, not everybody in this world has the privilege of being called children of God. It's only a special group of people that Jesus gives the power to become children of God to. Who is that special group of people? Those who receive Him and believe in His name. Nobody else. The people that reject Him, the people that don't recognize Him, they can never become children of God. They never have a relationship with God. They can never know Him. They'll never be called children of God. They will never have that status in heaven of being known as a child of God. They will never have the nature of God. That can only happen through Jesus Christ. I pray tonight that you're understanding this. I look at you and I think some of you are not getting what I'm saying. You're hearing it, but it's not going beyond your ears. Some of you, I can see it's entering into your hearts. It's doing something in you. Oh, I pray for you. I pray for every one of you. I pray for people all the time. I've seen so many people coming to church, singing the songs, going through the routine, saying the right words, but somehow their hearts have never really opened to Jesus Christ. I've even had people in my own team listening to me preach week after week, going to crusade after crusade, being involved, seeing the miracles, saying the right words, yet their hearts have never been changed. Never opened their hearts to Jesus. That's the world we live in. People can act the part. They can act the part. And they might even be able to deceive other people for a season or for a time. But in the darkness, they've never become children of God. They've never received Jesus. They've never believed in His name. They say they have, but they never did. You see, children of God, they are changed. They don't want to sin. They don't want to do wicked and evil things. They have no love for those things because they share the very nature of God. And it means the things that God hates, they begin to hate as well. And the things that God loves, they love. They share in his nature. When a dog gives birth to puppies, those puppies begin to bark, don't they? Why? Because their mother, their father are dogs. They also bark. Isn't it? When a human being gives birth to a child, a baby, what would that parent think if that baby started to bark? No, the baby learns to talk. What would they think if the baby was just on all fours, walking, crawling at the age of 10, 20? What would the mother think? Something is very wrong here. But that baby, as soon as it's able, gets on two legs and begins to walk. And it learns to talk. Why? Because it's a human being. Do you know, what do you think God thinks if people say that they are his children, yet they are doing things that he hates? They're doing things he doesn't do. You see, God's children can be seen by what they do. People can say, I'm a child of God, but do they live like a child of God? Because if someone's living like the devil, that tells us whose child he is. Are you with me today? Let's not play games with Jesus. Let's not play games with God. There needs to be truth in our hearts, seriousness in our lives. Church is not a game. It's being a child of God. Jesus came to give us a relationship with God that goes beyond our understanding. Today my heart is so filled with joy when I think of my relationship with my Father in heaven. It fills my heart with joy. I have a living relationship with him. I know he is my Father. I know he has made me his child. And I want to do everything to please him. I don't want to even say a word that makes him unhappy. I want to live my life so that I hear his words. This is my child with whom I am well pleased. Do you want to live that way? You see, every true child of God wants to live that way. Everybody that has a true relationship with God wants to live that way. How can we enjoy sin and be a child of God? How can we want to live in sexual immorality if we're a child of God.
kana tiri vana vaMwari.
It's impossible.
Hazvibviri.
It's impossible
Hazvibviri.
for someone that has a relationship with God
kuti munhu ana ukama naMwari
to find joy and pleasure
aone mufaro nekufara
in doing things that displease Him.
mukuita zvinhu zvisingavafadzi.
It's impossible.
Hazvibviri.
No child of God can ever find pleasure in sin.
Hakuna mwana waMwari anoona kufara muchivi.
If you're finding pleasure in sin, I doubt that you're a child of God.
Kana uchiona kufara muchivi, handitendi kuti uri mwana waMwari.
If you can come to church
Kana uchiuya kereke
and listen to the word of God Sunday after Sunday,
woteerera shoko raMwari svondo nesondo,
and yet continue to go out and practice a life of sin,
woramba uchienda kunze kunorarama upenyu hwezvivi,
you have never known God,
hauna kutomboziva Mwari,
and you do not belong to Him,
uye hausi
and
wake,
you are not a child of
uye
God,
hausi mwana waMwari.
and it's time to stop deceiving yourself
Yanguva kurega
and
kuzinyengera
deceiving other people as well.
nekunyengera vamwe vanhu zvakare.
Jesus came
Jesu akauya
to give power to become children of God.
kuzopa simba kuti tive vana vaMwari.
What's the key to becoming a child of God?
Ndeipiko key yekuti tive vana vaMwari?
Receiving Him.
Kumugamuchira.
And when we receive Jesus,
Patinogamuchira
it
Jesu,
means we're receiving His teaching.
zvoreva kuti tinogamuchira dzidziso yake.
How can you receive someone yet reject their words?
Ungakugamuchira sei munhu uchiramba mashoko ake?
If we're receiving Jesus, it means we're receiving His commands.
Kana uchigamuchira Jesu, zvoreva kuti tiri kugamuchira kurayira kwake.
We're opening our hearts to follow them.
Tiri kuzarura mwoyo yedu kuti tiitevere.
Receiving Jesus Christ is not just praying a prayer.
Kugamuchira Jesu Kristu hausingonamata munamato bedzi.
Receiving Jesus Christ is opening our lives to everything He is.
Kugamuchira Jesu Kristu kuzarura upenyu hwake kune zvese zvaari.
It's not coming to church.
Haisi nyaya yekuuya kuchechi.
People can come to church and have never received Jesus Christ.
Vanhu vanogona kuuya kuchechi vasina kubvira kugamuchira Jesu.
People can sing in the praise and worship and yet have never received Jesus
Vanhu vanogona
Christ.
kuimba praise and worship asi vasina kumbogamuchira Jesu.
Because receiving Jesus Christ means opening our hearts to everything He taught.
Nekuti kugamuchira Jesu kuzarura mwoyo yedu kune zvese zvaakadzidzisa.
Everything He said.
Zvese zvaakataura.
Every command He gave.
Kurayira kwose kwaakapa.
It means following the life He taught us to live.
Zvinoreva kutevera upenyu hwaakatidzidzisa kuti tirarame.
It means loving Him,
Zvinoreva kuti kumuda,
worshiping Him
kumunamata
from our hearts,
kubva mumwoyo yedu,
serving Him
kumushumira
every day,
mazuva ose,
every minute of the day.
nguva dzose dzezuva rose.
Not just when we come to church,
Kwete patinoya kereke bedzi,
but everywhere.
asi kwese kwese.
That's what it means.
Ndo zvazvinoreva.
It means when we're at home,
Zvinoreva kuti kana tiri kumba
we are talking to Him.
tiri kutaura naye,
We have a relationship with Him.
tine ukama naye.
It means wherever we go, whoever we are with,
Zvinoreva kuti kwese kwatinoenda ani nani watinaye,
Jesus is Lord over our lives.
Jesu ndiye ishe upenyu hwedu.
We are following Him and listening to
Tiri
Him.
kumutevera
And
tichimuteerera.
we're in relationship with
Uye
Him.
tiri muukama
And we
naye.
don't want to do anything
Uye hatidi kuita chinhu
that would offend Him.
chinomugumbura.
Think about this.
Funga pamusoro peizvi.
People are in relationship.
Vanhu vachidanana.
Let's say you have a very good friend.
Ngatiti une shamwari yakanaka.
Do you want to do something that offends your friend?
Unoda kuita chinhu chinogumbura shamwari yako here?
If you value that relationship,
Kana uchikoshesa ukama ihwohwo,
are you going to do that?
uchaita izvozvo here?
If you really value your friend and you really love your friend,
Kana uchinyatsokoshesa shamwari yako, uchida shamwari
are you
yako,
going to say bad things about that person?
uchataura zvakaipa pamusoro pemunhu iyeye here?
Are you going to do things that make that person upset?
Uchaita zvinhu zvichagumbusa munhu iyeye here?
No.
Kwete.
See, how can we say that we love God,
Ko tingagoti sei tinoda Mwari,
that we love the Lord
kuti
Jesus,
tinoda Ishe Jesu,
when we're doing things that upset Him?
kana tichita zvinhu zvinomugumbusa?
It's a contradiction.
Zvinotopesana.
How can we say that? It's a lie
Tingagotaura sei izvozvo inhema.
to say that we love Him and yet we do things that displease him.
If
If we really love God, we will want to please him. If we really love Jesus Christ, we will not want to do anything that is against his will. You see, Christianity, following Jesus, it's not just something we talk about. It's something we do. It's a way of life. Children of God live a certain way. Children of God don't live like the rest of humanity. Children of God have a different nature to the rest of people because they're born of God. Born of God. God's nature, God's DNA is in them. Do you really have a relationship with God? Do you really have a relationship with him? I've known people that have come to church for 20 years. I know people, I know one man who was even an elder of a church and had been coming to church for 20 plus years. But all the while, he had never become a child of God. He ran off with a woman who wasn't his wife. And even when the people in the church went to him and said, "Why are you doing this?" he said, "This is the way I want to go." All those years, 20 plus years, was a lie. It was a lie. Said the right words, knew all the words of the songs, knew all the actions, but was living a lie. Never knew God, never had a relationship with God, had never opened his heart to Jesus. Let's not be like that. God knows everything. God knows our hearts. God knows our thoughts. The Bible says he's familiar with all our ways. There's nothing hidden from before his eyes. Nothing hidden from before his eyes. He sees everything. He knows everything. He even knows our thoughts. He knows what we think. He knows what's in our hearts. We cannot deceive God. God knows those who are his children. He knows them. My desire and my prayer is that every single one of you here tonight are truly children of God. Not just churchgoers, not just people that say, "Oh, I go to Assemblies of God, I go to AFM, I go to New Covenant, or I go to this church." No. Jesus didn't give us the power to become members of a denomination. He came to give us power to become children of God. Anybody can become a member of a denomination. Anybody can put on a certain set of clothes. Anybody can learn the words of that denomination and understand how they do things. I could come into a denomination and learn that in a short period of time. That's not what Jesus came to do. He came to make us children of God, to give us a relationship with the Creator, God who's in heaven. That cannot be pretended. We can't pretend that.